What's going on, Canes fans? Welcome to another episode of Late Night Thoughts with Coop. I record these videos when I can't sleep, and I usually don't edit them at all. This is just kind of raw, unfiltered. It's super chill. And I wanted to take a few minutes and discuss this topic because it's making the rounds on YouTube again. A lot of the other Miami Hurricanes content creators are talking about it, and one in particular feels very strongly about it, and that is Coach Hayes. So what I wanted to come on here and ask you guys and then discuss for a moment is, what is your realistic expectation when it comes to wins going into this season? And I want you to know that I'm not asking your prediction. People appear to be getting those confused. I'm talking about your real and honest expectation for wins going into the 2024 season. And I want you to take everything into account. And of course, we're assuming a lot because, well, it's only March. We've only had a week of spring football at this point. But I'm not going to ask you a question and not give my opinion on it. So before you type it out, hear me out for a second, and let's see what you think at the end of the video, and you can let me know. Because I do agree with the people that say double-digit wins, and I'm looking at 10. I'm looking at 10 specifically, should be the expectation this season. It absolutely should. 10 wins. Hit that double-digit mark. But I'm not sold yet on if I think Miami can actually get there. So another question I have for you is, would you be happy with 9? Because 9 is technically positive progress. Miami won 7 last year, and so many people want to say, well, Coop, if we had taken the knee, Georgia Tech was 8, but officially it's 7. So that was 5-7, 7-5, and then 9-3. We're talking regular season here. So that is a positive step forward. Because me personally, now I know I'm kind of mixing it up here, going from expectations to prediction, but I'm just saying I'm not predicting 9. But if 9 happened, the only reason why I would be really upset is because we only have Cam Ward for 1 year. And if Cam Ward is as advertised and we only win 9 and we still can't get over that hurdle and get double-digit wins, then that's kind of upsetting, obviously, because we don't know what that quarterback room is going to look like going into 2025. So with it being Cam Ward's money year, you got to make the most out of 2024. And this is the guy. This is the one every team in the country wanted, and we got him. And we ponied up, and we spent a lot of money. But at the end of the day, he is only just one guy. But just keep in mind, when I'm asking about your expectation here, undefeated and natty is out of the question. So this is assuming you have to settle for less than that. And I'm applying that to the 9-win question. So what is your realistic expectation when it comes to wins? Not your prediction. And then if Miami won 9, would you be pissed off and super upset about it? Because like I said, me personally, just going to be real, I wouldn't be upset. Anything less than a natty, you didn't hit your goal, which I get it, but only one team in the entire country is going to win that national championship. So as much as we might want to, hype this team up, it's very, very difficult to do. It's very tough to win a national championship. And I mean, look, it hasn't happened for us in a long time. But I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. Let's get back to the expectation, the 10-win expectation. On paper, 10 wins definitely looks doable, right? Especially when looking at this schedule. But at the end of the day, on paper don't matter. And you have to understand why there are so many Canes fans out there that are super hesitant to believe that Miami can win 10. And we can take a few minutes and we can talk about past and current reasons to kind of back this up a bit. So outside of the 2017 season, the crazy Mark Richt cardiac canes, the last time Miami actually won double digits in the season was way back in 2003. Your boy Coop was in 8th grade. I'm 34 years old now. That's the last time Miami had a double-digit winning season. That's insane when you really think about it. Over a decade ago, just a hair over. So of course people would be pretty hesitant, you know. And I'm seeing even a lot of the people that typically chug the Kool-Aid at this point. It's 1 week into spring practice, and they're believing that at the very least we're winning the ACC. And even those people are backing off this season, even given the things that have happened with landing Cam Ward and, you know, the couple of years of really high-ranked recruiting classes. They backed off. They're taking the wait-and-see approach. So I fully understand. But I know that a lot of people don't want to go that far back because they say, Coop, it's 2024, get with the times. So let's take a quick look at here recently. Would you say that it's fair to say that coaching cost us probably 2 games in 2023? I could probably make an argument for 2 games. If you say yes, or even if you say 1 or 2, remember that hasn't changed. The core of this coaching staff remains the same. Same OC, same DC, same head man. Everything goes through him. Aaron Feld, same strength and conditioning coach. I know we brought in like Shevis Jackson and new running backs coach and all that stuff, but the core of this staff remains the same. And all the fingers point at Mario most of the time with the game day decisions, and everyone talks about his coaching blunders. So if this coaching staff, Mario specifically, cost the Canes 1 or 2 games last year, it's really tough to change that. It's probably going to happen again, right? So that already is, 11 wins, 10 wins right there, just purely based off of coaching. Not counting that, everything needs to go perfect and, halftime adjustments and scheming well and having a good game plan going into the game, hoping guys don't get injured. It's a lot. Or if you want to look at current, let's not go to the past. Let's talk about this season, Coop, 2024. If you really think about it, outside of Cam Ward and some transfers that we're hoping are impact players, because the ones that are new for this year haven't proven anything yet. That's just facts. A lot of the talent that we're hyping up is young talent. So we're talking about guys that most likely will not start in 2024. We play this game every single season, and it's good. Like, these guys are family. So cheer them on. This guy's going to be sick. He's going to be a headhunter. This guy's going to have so many interceptions, and look at this guy's 40 time. Like, this is all good stuff. These guys are Miami Hurricanes. But they're young. And every year we play this game of, looking at the roster and who's going to make an impact and who's going to run with the ones in that first game. And most of the time, it's the guys with a lot of experience under their belt. They're not going to throw a lot of true freshmen out there. And maybe they earn some playing time throughout the season. But then you even have to keep in mind that those young guys, although talented, are going to make some young guy mistakes, which could set us back at times. They're going to have to be out there and in the game and learn these things, but it could still cost us occasionally. You also have to take into account that we're only 1 week into spring, but the running back room is a little banged up. Fletcher, they think that he might miss a couple of games. Allen is questionable right now. Citizen is coming off of back-to-back season-ending injury, so we're hoping that he can get past the physical and mental hurdle. Parrish is pretty good, but he's not I wouldn't consider him a game changer. And then we start getting into, again, some younger guys. So when you think about all of those things, it's really tough to come out and say, you know what? Miami will have double-digit wins this season, something that we haven't done since 2003. So I totally understand the side of the fan base that's being very apprehensive, I guess is the right way to put it. The fan base that says there's no way I can come out and say double-digit wins right now because I'm in that boat. That jump from 9 to 10 wins, I don't think I can do it. So many people, the first thing everyone wants me to do is pull up the schedule. And it's always, look at this thing. It's so soft that it's almost embarrassing that that's even what our schedule is. But that's on paper in March. So, yeah, it's easy to say, well, Billy Napier and those Gators, they're trending down. Man, they suck so bad. It's easy to say that right now till we line it up on the football field down in the swamp or up in the swamp, depending on where you're coming from. You know, how many people before the 2023 season predicted that Louisville would be playing in the ACC championship game in Brom's first year with a bunch of transfer portal players? I bet it was not a whole lot. Probably not even a whole lot of Louisville fans. So even if you want to sit here and argue strength of schedule and it being relatively weak and it's wide open here for the Canes to take control, it's easy to say that now. Then the season gets here. A couple guys get injured. Cornerback room is super thin right now. And some of these things could change. You're going to have that other transfer portal window. So, I expect the coaching staff to approach some guys and get them because, well, it's Mario Cristobal. They're going to get them. But there's still a couple of things that could happen that could very likely happen that are small things that could derail the entire season and keep Miami in the single digit win column. I just don't know. Miami has to prove it to me, I think, is the only way I can give them double digit wins. Really. And I know that Coach Hayes called into my show the other night on a Friday night. And we have a lot of cross viewers. A lot of people that watch me watch Coach Hayes and vice versa. And his number one argument was the staff addressed all of the issues. TVD was a head case. TVD himself cost us a couple of games along with the coaching blunders. What would that season have looked like if we had a guy like Cam Ward, if he plays like we think he'll play? Could have looked a lot different, right? But then there's just all the other unknown factors and variables at play that you can't really even necessarily account for, especially not this early. So my approach is typically this. I'm somewhat cautious when it comes to predictions. So I've already told you guys, I'm probably hovering around 9. Couldn't tell you what those losses are. But then my expectations, though, this season, my expectation is going to be 10. I do think that it needs to be double-digit wins. Will I be happy and okay if it just ends up being 9, which would be 2 more over the official win record last season? I'd be okay. Happy's a little bit of a strong word. Would I be pissed? No. Would I be okay? Yeah, I'd be okay. It's a positive step forward. I do want to add a little disclaimer, though. It does depend a little on who those losses are to, by how much, and what those wins look like. Because if Miami goes 9-3, but it's a loss to Duke, FAMU, and, we lose to Florida State again, that might change things. And by how much, right? Like I said, because we played Florida State within 7 with us playing a freshman quarterback in 2023. So if we were to lose to Florida State at Hard Rock, our house this season, but we lost by 3 touchdowns in the DJ versus Cam showdown, I'm livid. So, there's so much stuff you have to factor in. So it's these questions are super loaded. So don't overthink it, but I do want to see your response, and I want you to be honest. I'm not looking for predictions. Don't give me your prediction, or if you do, add it as something extra. The main question here is, what is your realistic expectations when it comes to win total? Mine is 10. It is 10. That's my expectation. But would you be happy, or if you don't want to say happy, would you be okay with 9? What's going to keep you off of Mario Cristobal's back during the next offseason? Because for me, increasing that win total by 2 wins each year, as long as it keeps going up, as I said, I'm okay. I know there are the people that are going to attack me and say, Coop, you don't remember the good times, and you don't hold this team accountable, and your expectations are so low, and that's what's wrong with this fan base and this program. I just gave you a bunch of reasons as to why it's almost impossible for me to say 10 wins, even with the addition of Cam Ward. It's year 2 with Guidry, year 2 with Dawson. Miami is apparently no longer tight end U. We're thin at multiple positions. I'm hoping that these are things that can be addressed and corrected. And it's possible. Nothing's impossible. I need you to know that too. Nothing is impossible. And that's kind of what's fun with being a Canes fan. We're not UTEP here. There's always a shot. Nobody thought we could even hang with Florida State if we had to play Emory. We did. Nobody thought we could beat Clemson and went to overtime, but we beat them. So nothing's ever impossible. I'm not chugging the Kool-Aid, but I'm not being a negative Nancy either. I'm just giving my real honest opinion that's not influenced by anyone. My opinion is my own. I stood firm in the paint when I predicted 7-5 in 2023. I got super lucky with a lot of that, but I would have rather been wrong, obviously. Would have rather won more games. But I'm not going to let anyone else kind of influence me with that. I will hear you out, but I'm just saying I'm not going to change my mind just because someone says that I should. I'm really curious to see here, because I'm looking at this as kind of polling this specific community and seeing where the expectation sits. Because some people are going to say 12-0. Look, watch. Some people are going to say, I don't care as long as it's just a little more progress than it was last season. Some people are going to say, if we're paying $8 million a year and spending $1 million plus on a quarterback, we better win the ACC. So let me know. I was honest with you. I told you what I think. It's March. I'm not going to hold you to anything. This could change next week because there could be some catastrophic injury. Please don't let that happen. Oh my goodness, please don't let that happen. But see, you never know. Anything could happen. But right now, in the moment, let me know what you think. Chop it up. Leave a comment below. Let's see some interaction. If you don't know what this series is, I've not done it since the playoff selection. These are, again, just late night. I literally don't even pop this into my editing software. I click and drag the video over into YouTube and I hit upload. I don't check it for anything. It is what it is. I don't even have the hat on, bro. I don't even have the hat on. You know what I'm going to do to reward the people that made it all the way to the end of this 20-minute video late at night? It's been a minute. It's been years. There it is. That's for you. The Coop 2024 hair reveal. That's messy. I've had a hood on. Oh boy, here we go. There's gonna be all kinds of pictures on Twitter and clips and memes. Oh well. Go Canes. Hey, remember though, guys, we're all one big happy college football family, but at the end of the day, I gotta say, it's always better when you get to rep the U. Coach Coop, peace out. I better not see no forehead jokes. Or 5 head.